Hey there folks, Mark Johnson, Tech Snobs. Brand new Galaxy Note Pro. This is a 12.2 inch tablet. I don't know if this is going to be for me or you, but we're going to find out a lot more in the full unboxing. Okay, so here we go. Galaxy Note Pro, 12.2 inch display on this device. It also has, of course, 32 gigs of storage, WQXGA LCD display. You know, it's got 3 gigs of RAM. Let's look at the back here. We got 1.9 quad plus a 1.3 quad core processor. So that gives you 8 cores in here. I believe this one's running Exynos. 8 megapixel camera, of course GPS. You do see you got 3 gigs of RAM, 9,500 milliamp hour battery. It's got a infrared for the controlling your TV and so forth. S Pen as well. Of course, it can do 1080p. So let's get into it and see if this pretty much lives up to the hype. Now, like I said, I said, who's this going to be for? Honestly, I don't know, but I do want to check this out. I mean, I kind of thought it was, somewhat absurd when I heard of a 12.2 inch tablet, but I guess, I'm sure there's a market for it, and Samsung, they will try to find that market if it does exist. So I give them a lot of credit for just, having the guts to put a tablet of this size out there, and depending on if you get what kind of keyboard accessories come out, it may be worth your while, just depending on what the OS can do with TouchWiz. Pretty much quick start guide. If you register, you get some perks. I think you get up to like $600 worth of perks with this. Power adapter. There's really nothing inside the box anymore, so those aren't really as exciting. But here it is, the Galaxy Note Pro. Wow, this thing is huge. Huge device. And like I said, it does have a lot of the business type applications on here. I'm gonna go ahead and power this up as soon as I find the power button. So you have your stylus. I did find that right away, right on the side. Very similar to the one that's in the Galaxy Note phone. So you got your power button at the top, and we have the volume rocker right there next to it. Infrared port there, of course. On the right side, you got your speaker grill. Bottom is really nothing. Right side, you do have the micro SD, and you got your USB 3.0 charging port. Very much like the Galaxy Note 3 for the phone. So it does have a lot of suite of applications on here for business. Cisco WebEx. I think you get 2 years of Dropbox at 50 gigs. I think you get a Google Play credit as well. So let's jump into it and see what it's all about. Nice, it is big, but I give Samsung credit. They always, build pretty nice devices. Overall, it just basically just comes down to if it suits your needs or not. Nice plastic. They always stick on the side of it, and the back is very much like the old Galaxy Note 3. Kind of like feels leathery rather, but it is plastic. And this thing is a monster. I mean, just holding this thing is like, wow. I could see, maybe if you get a keyboard attachment, maybe why you would want a screen this big. I mean, holding it in one hand. I mean, it's not super heavy, but I mean, holding this for any extended amount of time in one hand is gonna definitely, cause you some anguish. So anyway, let's look at it compared to some other devices first. So here's the 12.2 and it's all full glory. Here it is compared to the iPad mini. There's the iPad mini, as you can see, clearly much smaller. Let's look at it compared to the Note 8.4. Gives you an idea of the size of it, both of them landscape. Pretty crazy stuff. Now, if you're coming from a bigger tablet, you may want to, consider something. Here it is compared to the iPad Air. You can see it's very, a lot bigger, as you can see, but not so much bigger, but big enough where, you're looking at the top of it, it's crazy. And it is much wider too, as you can see. And then last but not least, we're going to compare it to something huge that, has always been huge and thick, and that's going to be the Surface Pro. Surface Pro definitely a lot thicker. But as far as the footprint goes, not too much difference. It is a lot wider and a little bit taller for the Note Pro. But, you know, it kind of is what it is. I mean, you know, if you're looking at a device this big, you may be in the market for a Surface Pro as well. And I say that because both, you know, this product comes in at, I want to say it's $749 for the 32 gig and $849 for the 64 gig. So definitely keep that in mind. We're just going to jump into this and just see. Huge keyboard. I guess you shouldn't have any issues dialing on this, or, you know, dialing or making calls, whether you're using Skype or just typing in general. Talk about a full QWERTY keyboard. And here we go. So now something like this using multi-windows would definitely probably stand out. You know, if I pulled out, you know, email, and say I pulled out, let's try that music. And so there you go. There's your multi-window. So that's kind of cool. I mean, I can see with a screen this big, but yeah, this thing's a monster. I ain't gonna make no bones about it. This thing's a beast. And you know, it may appeal to you, just depending on what you want to do. As far as applications, you got Samsung suite of apps. The Knox built in here if you want to use it for you know, work and personal as well. You can kind of section off a part of your tablet for that. Got your Google suite of apps in here, a good amount of Google stuff included. E-meeting, I see. There's your New York Times. I believe you get a free subscription to that for, I think it's 6 months. Dropbox, of course. I think you get that for about 2 years. Bloomberg, Business Week. And it's really not a lot of extra bloatware. Let me go ahead and check out the storage. 32 gigs, as you can see. And you got 25.61 available. So it's not too bad. And then looking at about the device, you do see it is on Android 4.42, which is KitKat. So that's going to wrap up the unboxing. Like I said, I really can't get over how huge this thing is. This thing is a beast. It's built well, though. I mean, it's a nice looking device. You know, I definitely could see, you know, maybe why it would appeal to somebody visually. As far as from a functionality standpoint, I'm sure it can do a lot of, you know, great things out there. It just really just depends on the person if they don't want to carry around a you know, a small laptop. But yeah, this is if you can find a good keyboard attachment for it, you may have enough applications, you know, through the Google Play Store, through what Samsung offers to, you know, maybe put that to the side and just, you know, go with the 12.2 Note. So we'll find all that out in the full review. But for now, be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks for watching, folks. Take care.